Hello everybody, my name's Awful1152 and today I'm going to be reading Chapter 9, The Last Grizzly. Thank you, Governor, said President Teddy Roosevelt. Ladies and gentlemen, I come to you having survived the backwoods. I have seen the true beauty of Yosemite, and I have had a bully good time. The crowd laughed and cheered. I must thank world-famous naturalist and writer Mr. John Murray, or John of the Mountains, as many of us call him, for guiding me, said President Roosevelt. And I thank the two young artists, Jack and Annie. I promise I will save this wilderness for them and for their children and for their children's children's and for all the people of this great nation, rich and poor. The crowd cheered. We must always preserve the birds and animals here, and of course the lives of our priceless giant trees, said Teddy. We are not building this country for a day, beautiful country for a day. We want America to last through the ages. And so today I announce that as president of these great United States, I am placing all of Yosemite under national park protection. The crowd roared. Thank you for coming, the president said. Enjoy your Sunday. Then, as the crowd kept cheering, the governor led Teddy into the hotel. Annie looked at Jack. Her face was shining. We did it, Jack said. We helped save the wilderness. Annie nodded. By Sunday's noon hour, she said with a smile. Jack, Annie, someone called. They looked behind them. John of the Mountains was on his horse again. He rode over to them. I want to thank you, he said. My job was to guide President Roosevelt through Yosemite and convince him to put all of it, especially the big trees, under protection of the national park system. You helped me very much. I'm grateful. You're welcome, said Annie. Will you join me in the hotel for lunch? John asked. Thanks, but we have to meet our art teacher now, said Annie. We have to go back to the big trees where she left us. She's picking us up there. I'm afraid the big trees are quite far from here, said John. But while the president meets with the governor, I can lead you there, then return with the mules. Don't you want to go inside the hotel with the others? Said Annie. No, actually, I always prefer to be outside rather than inside, said John. Wait, I'll tell Charlie. As John told the rangers his plans, Jack turned to Annie. How will we climb up the treehouse if John's with us? She shrugged. I guess we'll hang out with him till he leaves. John rode back to them. Jack and Annie followed him on their mules. The three animals trotted away from the hotel grounds and started along the forest trail. John led them over the long, bumpy, winding road. On their journey, they rode through different kinds of weather. At first, the day was hot and sunny, but then clouds moved in. The wind blew and the air grew colder. A hard rain fell. Jack remembered Teddy's words. I love wild weather, he shouted, and he laughed. Suddenly the rain stopped and warm sunlight returned. By the time they reached the grove of big trees, it was nearly twilight. Long shadows crossed the forest. Here we are, said John. Not far away was the giant tree with the magic tree house high in its branches. Fortunately, the rope ladder was out of sight on the other side of the massive tree trunk. John got off his horse, and Jack and Annie jumped off their mules. Annie hugged hers. Thank you, Petey, she whispered. Good mule, he said to his. Thank you for taking me everywhere. The animal flicked its long ears and snorted. As Jack walked away, Annie was still whispering to Petey. The mule seemed to listen to her carefully. John looked puzzled. Annie has a special way with animals, Jack explained. She talks to them and listens to them and understands what they're feeling. Wonderful, said John. Any glimpse into a hidden life of an animal makes our lives better in every way. It's true, said Jack. He loved how John talked about nature. Is your teacher coming in a buggy? John asked. Yes, Jack said. But you don't have to wait with us. You probably have someone you need to be. John shook his head. For me, the best place is be wherever I am. Good attitude, thought Jack, but not good for us when we need to climb into the treehouse. We'll wait. I'll make a little fire to keep us warm us up. He quickly gathered kindling and branches, then lit a match. Soon Jack and Annie were sitting close to the crackling fire. John took a small bundle of one of the saddlebags, a bite to eat for your journeys home, he said. He handed them chunks of hard bread. Jack crunched his snack. A breeze blew through the forest. The wind picked up. All the tall trees waved. Their leaves made swishing, whispering noises. I love giant Soqua trees as much as I love people, said John. Every leaf on every tree seems to sing. Can you hear them? Almost, whispered Annie. John only heard the wishing sound. He didn't hear singing. There's music in everything, said John. Falling, water, stones, stars. Human senses are not fine enough to hear nature's music. I wish I could hear it, said Annie. You will, said John. Just keep listening. Jack looked around at the darkening forest, at the other giant trees, their leaves shaking in the wind. Suddenly, he nearly jumped out of his skin. Grizzly! He gasped. Alright guys, that's the end of chapter 9. Thank you all for watching, and this is Alpha Balloon 152 signing off for now. Bye-bye!